What's up, everybody? How you doing, man? Wow, man. Welcome to the Phil Williams Show. Man, I had to do this post today. Had to do this post. Man, how you guys doing? This is the second post today, but this one is different from the first one. I'd like to thank again Phil Fishman for coming on the show. Dean Drake, how you doing, Dean? Thank you for coming in on a Saturday. George Skinner, what's going on, buddy? How you feeling? Welcome to the Phil Williams Show. This is that place, man, where Don Cashbaum, how you doing? Don Cashbaum, I'm sorry. Jacob Moreno. Jacob, if I'm saying your guy's name wrong, sorry about that, guys. Love you dearly. Thank you again for joining the show. This is that place, man, where I give it to you straight. I give it to you. It's just my opinion. Ken Dodge, what's up, buddy? Man, where have we become? How can we even prescribe to being a Christian and an American where no longer a difference of opinion can get you respected? You can be disrespected to all high heaven just because you have a difference of opinion. We are not robots, people. We are human beings. We are uniquely created, intelligently designed by a God that says, I have a different hair count on my head, and he knows it, than the other 7 billion plus people he created. How can I believe that and want to get all buck stupid sideways when somebody has a difference of opinion? We should welcome differences of opinion. You don't have to agree. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do anything. But we do have to find a way to just be civil and know that we are different. We are giving Barack Obama and the liberal Democrats everything they can ever dream of in a society like America. Proving we are fundamentally transformed to where the fundamental understanding that we are uniquely different from each other with different thoughts, different upbringings, different influences, different ways of looking at it. And we can no longer be civil. You guys are giving Barack Obama exactly what you guys complained about. We are fundamentally transforming and showing it. The reason why I had to do this post today, I had to do it. One, this is just how Phil Williams does. I prayed on it. I thought about it. You guys have been bringing me into this, asking my opinion on this ever since it started popping out. But I had to pray on it. I don't want to be emotional. I am passionate. Don't get it confused. But my passion is for we the people, not them the government. I'm looking how apoplectic or outside bent sideways we are when it comes to this freaking politics. Man, this is crazy. Not recognizing how we got here. Go back to when we was addressing Obama with addressing terrorism. Well, if he can't call it what it is, how are you ever going to fight it? Then call this what it is so we can fight it. Call it what it is, man. It's politics run amok. Now, it's going to come across like I'm against the person who's spreading this formula. I'm not against Jim Forrest at all, regardless of how ridiculous this formula is. I'm not against him. George Will, one of your million follower plus, possibly hundreds of thousand follower plus conservatives. He comes out with this thing, and because, he has conservative credibility. He's a writer, he's a talker, he's a thinker, he's all these things. To me, another personality. And let me not be a hypocrite. I'm a personality. I am. I'm vying for eyeballs and eardrums just like they are. I'm asking you to participate in some of the things I'm doing in the community, just like they might do the same. So I'm not trying to be a hypocrite with this, but I'm another personality too. I don't want you to listen to me because I'm a personality. I don't want you to give me conservative credibility because I said I'm a conservative and things of this nature. But George Will is popular. He's popular. Way more popular than me. That's what makes these kind of things kind of interesting and disturbing to me. George Will comes out with the idea that in order to stop Trump and give a lesson and teach a lesson to the GOPs, you should vote Democrat. 2018. A conservative, a true conservative that has been getting their conservative chops off the fact that the Rush Limbaugh used to be popular conservative after he done sold you out and started Trump-splaining. When he was the one that had the credibility to teach us, me included, what liberalism looks like, smells like, tastes like, sounds like, cries like, laughs like, farts like, poops like, pees like, so that you can never be mistaken about liberalism in all of its various tactics. This is what Rush Limbaugh climbed to the top of the conservative monologue talking mountain. Has products, 2xT, Rush Revere, all these kind of things that makes you say, yes, he's a conservative. Remember Trump-splaining? Abortions? Donald Trump says what he really feels, bone flies out his mouth, and Rush Limbaugh does what? Oh, no, you gotta understand Trump. You gotta understand Trump. Stop. No, you gotta understand. Trump hangs out with liberals. He hangs out with these people. And so this is how he speaks, because he hangs out with these people. Remember Trump-splaining? Yeah. Now, George Will, conservative icon now, because all the other ones have abandoned you. Now, don't forget now, he's still affiliated with Fox News, so this should probably give you some kind of caution. But that's okay. Not to say that a broke clock can't be right twice a day. George Will comes out and says, in order to stop Trump and give a lesson to the GOP, you should vote Democrat to make sure that the GOP loses. Sounds reasonable. They haven't been doing anything for us. Jim Forrest makes the great point. For 50 years, conservatism hasn't done anything for us. Don't forget now, we've had Rush Limbaugh for 30 years. What has he done for conservatism other than talk you to death? But when it comes time to actually walk it, he Trump-splains. Don't forget now, we have Mark Levin. I wrote many books on the Constitution. Mark Levin. He wrote many things. Guess what? He has conservative credibility. But when it comes to this Trump Stiltskin, he abandons that because, why? It can't be Hillary. Okay. The one who funds the Hill the Beast has to be the one to beat the Hill of Beast. Okay, no problem. So now that conservative that sold you out. Now here comes George Will. Vote Democrat. Why? So you can stop Trump. First of all, if Trump is giving Democrats 85% of everything they stand for, we know Trump is for single payer. We know Trump is a lifelong Democrat with his daughter, his sons, his son-in-law, and half of the White House right now. If we know this, if we know that every time he throws one conservative bone out, he gives you 15 liberal things, if we know that the things that was unacceptable for Barack Obama, the master liberal, that got us so ticked off to get Trump, if we know the things we were ticked off about, budgets, deficits, debt ceilings, all these kind of things, immigration, all these the things that got us ticked off at Obama, liberalism, is now acceptable under Trump and protected because of the magical R. If we know that the Democrats are getting 85% right now of what they want, what on God's green earth makes you think that a Democrat is going to impeach Trump? What makes you think that? Oh, because it came on CNN and said, we don't like what Trump is doing? See, you got to understand what Trump is doing is energizing them. They were going to win. It's just a matter of how big they were going to win, the blue wave thing. They were going to win because Trump has been giving them all winning issues. Trump has not stopped dividing the very party that he says he represents. He's never stopped dividing conservatism. Trump and his Trumpy bunch on Fox News has never stopped Trump-splaining. The GOP, the Republicans, the rhinos, they haven't stopped doing what they've been doing for Obama over the last 8 years. We all know that in the midterms, the party in power loses. The Democrats were going to win anyway. Because you've already compromised and selected the lesser of two evils. And still with the inability to deal with the one evil that's left. What makes you think the Democrats are going to impeach Trump? Trump has already demonstrated that everything that the Democrats don't have, single payer, amnesty, he's already demonstrated, because you got your inability to look at what he said in the past and think this magical R just all of a sudden changed a 70-year-old functioning Democrat liberal. He's already said he's for amnesty. He already uses illegal aliens to build his buildings and clean his stuff. He's already in with that. You voting for a Democrat is only showing how violated you are. How non-stick-to-itiveness to the principles you say you have. How in the world could you ever contemplate voting for an abortionist to stop somebody? If you're for anti-abortion, be for it. Don't go vote for it to stop somebody. Donald Trump is going to give them single payer with the rhinos. See, here's why you should not even contemplate voting for a Democrat. Take the presidential election. Donald Trump wins with the Electoral College. What is his number one argument for everything? The popular vote. Why is it so important for a president to have the popular vote? He's already the president, but any president. Why is it popular? Why the popular vote? Because it gives the feeling or the endorphins of a mandate. See, Donald Trump, because he didn't have the popular vote, never had a mandate. He can lie to you and tell you the American people like how he does. 666 and the American people said, everybody's speaking, all of them saying, everybody's talking about. He can say that, but the votes don't bear it out in the popular vote. So they look for a mandate. See, this is what your idea of voting for a Democrat will do. Yes, the GOP will lose. I think they're going to lose anyway because they're sellouts. They're trying to get us to sell out and keep them. And there's part of us that says to protect the R, we'll do it. The GOP is going to lose because they're sellouts. But this idea of voting Democrat to make sure they lose will give Democrats a mandate. See, the thing is this. If you don't vote for the GOP and the Democrat gets the vote that they're already going to get, GOP guy stands right here. Democrat gets one vote. Pow. Democrat gets another Democrat vote. Pow. Democrat gets another Democrat vote. Pow. If this guy doesn't get any votes, he does not rise. He stays right there. There's a signal being sent. Nobody's voting for me. The people that's going to vote Democrat are still voting. Pow, 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 pow. The GOP guy stands right there. Message sent. I got no votes no more. But when you take this asinine idea to vote for a Democrat, a principled so-called conservative, a child-loving, make sure they make it through the womb loving conservative, when you vote for the Democrats, not only do they get the one vote from the Democrat, but they get the one vote for you. So now the election looks like what? Republican GOP, 2%. Democrat, 98%. You're giving evil a mandate, when all you got to do is just not vote. So then it'll look like this: 51-45. They won, but you didn't give them a mandate. You didn't compromise who you are. You are asking an evil to help you get rid of an evil. We just came out of voting for a lesser evil, and you are trying to keep evil on the table. Democrats are going to win because Republicans are losers. They don't need your principled self to help them. And then they end up with a mandate. GOP got sold a big signal. The Democrat got 98% and the GOP guy got 2%. Do you think that evil Democrat is going to take your little formula and say my votes weren't legitimate because I got a bunch of pissed off conservative votes? A Democrat should never get your vote because you know exactly what they stand for. And that should be contrary to what you stand for. That's how we got here. See, you couldn't have Hillary knowing exactly what she stood for with a Republican House and a Republican Senate. You had no faith that those Republicans would stop Hillary. Why? Because those very same incumbents didn't stop Obama. Those very same Republicans enabled Obama. So you had no confidence that the House and the Senate can stave off the Democrat that we know is jacked up. You let conservatives with credibility Trump-splain you into being okay with voting for a charlatan. Charlatan conservative and charlatan Christian. You have allowed your pastor, the person that's supposed to share with you Jesus Christ, Trump-splain you into the lesser of two evils. Voting for evil when you have Jesus. Interesting. See, you had no confidence in the GOP and the Republicans because of what they allowed Barack Obama to do. I've been telling you ever since I've been talking to you. The incumbents must go. But I've been sharing with you how to replace this rhino sellout faux conservative Republican with an actual conservative. I didn't ever say vote for a Democrat because we know the Democrat will destroy our Constitution. Why would you give them a mandate? We know the Democrat is going to keep killing babies in the womb. Like Jim Forrest said, justifyingly so, the Republicans haven't stopped babies being killed in the womb over the last 45 years. So we have to come to the conclusion there's something about politics that likes killing babies. It's us, the American people, that have a problem with it. Which comes to my last biggest point. We are proving that we're trapped into voting. We do not understand how much power we have because we're trapped into voting. We must vote. No. If you appreciate freedom, freedom doesn't say you must vote. Freedom says that you must act. Patriotism is not about a vote. Patriotism is how you act. Our freedom is not predicated on government. Our freedom is predicated on government being as small as it possibly can be. We, the people, can do some amazing things for each other. And we don't need the government's permission to do it. If we're doing it decent and in order, with respect and love, appreciation of differences, understanding your biggest right of having dissent against the government is the thing that you should cherish the most. Not be able to Trumpsplain or be able to be maneuvered into your voice not being valuable and somebody else's voice not being appreciated. See, you are trapped into voting, waiting for a politician to do everything for you. Proving Barack Obama right. We are fundamentally transformed because we do not even understand and appreciation the fundamentals of our freedom. Now they're the moral and value people we are. In order to stop Trump, we have to vote for a Democrat. We have to vote for more liberalism. See, you will taint your credibility. You will never be able to speak on moral grounds again if you do this vote. Yes, you will sound just like a politician. Don't forget our politicians are products of us because they're supposed to represent us. See, they're selling us out because we're selling each other out. We're not protecting each other's freedom. We're thinking it has to come through a government swamp. But what is the difference between, let's take Ted Cruz. Everybody says, Ted Cruz, you're voting for Planned Parenthood. Ted Cruz says, no, Mitch McConnell slipped the budget or the hurricane relief for Texas in there. Mitch McConnell did some slick stuff because he knew it was going to make me have to vote for saving my state, which is okay. So I'm not really for abortion. I just had to make sure Texas was taken care of in the hurricane budget. There's some of us going, that's not the Ted Cruz we know that stands for things. Oh my God, why would you do that? But guess what? We knew the slickness of the GOP putting something in there so we can get the vote from a true conservative. Right? I'm just using this as an example. What's the difference? The GOP slickly, or George Will slickly, implanted that you gotta vote for Planned Parenthood in order for you to end out good on the other side. What? What'd you say, George? Vote for the Democrat, voting for Planned Parenthood that you're adamantly against, voting for Jesus Christ being taken out of the schools that you're adamantly against, voting for the Constitution to be adhered to like you're adamantly against, voting for all the things you're adamantly against so that you can get rid of the people that you're adamantly against. When all you have to do is not vote. Keep your principles, don't vote. Democrats keep voting, but they don't have a mandate from you. They're not going to impeach Trump. They like Trump. You're the fool that thought that Democrats don't like Trump because every once in a while they chime in on CNN. They're getting what Trump wants. Trump capitulates. The nail in the coffin for us, you don't have to vote for a Democrat. The nail in the coffin is what's happening down there on the border. The very same people that got Trump to do some kind of fake quasi this, double down, triple down on separating families. Don't forget he's a Democrat. Separating families is a part of their thing. That's their foundation. But they got you so frustrated about what's happening on the border that you're forgetting before that news story even came out. The very same liberals they're tricking you into voting for has been separating families. They're the masters of separating families. Now you're going to vote for them so you can make a point to some people that all you got to do is leave their butt alone and they'll disappear. What does the Bible say? Satan, get thee behind me. Because now that he doesn't have your attention, the Bible said Satan fled. He didn't get rid of Satan. He just told him you can't be in front of me. Donald Trump is a lifelong liberal. These Democrats love Donald Trump. Him getting rid of the climate accords, you know that bone they threw to you conservatives? It energized Democrats. They were going to get rid of him anyway. Every single conservative bone he threw at you, energized his family, his true family, not the one covered up, cloaked with the R. Jim, I see your opinion. I can see where George Will is coming from, but no, it won't work. All you will be doing is giving these very same people we should be against a mandate. When if you just understand what it's going to really take for we the people to save our country, trapped into voting will never have you face what we need to do to save ourselves. That's what functioning conservatism does. This is why I push it. I created that word, not Rush, not George Will, not any of them. Phil Williams, a guy just like you and me. Trust me. The Holy Spirit helped me create a word, functioning conservatism, functioning Christianity, and accountability. Those things will save our country. Judge a tree by the fruit that it bears. If we produce conservative, tangible conservative things as proof of our conservative values, people can't lie at that. You can't mold that into something that it's not. This is what we haven't been doing. We haven't been producing conservative, tangible things. All we have is conservative talking points. And Democrats can produce something tangible to get one of our babies to cut a baby out of their womb. Functioning conservatism. What has George Will produced conservative other than a column? What has Rush Limbaugh produced? Something conservative that is in the communities where something needs to be changed. Where? There are communities of voters, of Americans, that their point of view needs to be changed from liberalism to conservatism, from anti-Jesus to pro-Jesus. What are we producing as proof, consistent proof of those values that we're espousing? Functioning conservatism, people. Not trapped into voting. Especially now, you're pushing voting for more evil. Evil should not be in our vocabulary. Good, love, American patriotism. These are the things that we need to function and produce. Not to make this about me. I'm not no better than any of you. I'm just trying to inspire you, to show you that we the people can do some amazing things. I am actually in the communities that need to know what conservatism is. I'm actually functioning these things in these communities. Producing tangible learning aids and materials to help assist. I'm not pulling a constitution out of my pocket. I'm going to be the Constitution and show how it functions. Produce something that is worth defending. Not just some talking points, but walking points. George Will, interesting idea, won't work. Jim and everybody else that wants to consider this idea, how about this? Don't vote for the GOP. They won't win. Don't vote for the Democrat because they won't have a mandate from people that should never consider voting for liberalism. And how about you take that money that you would usually give to the GOP and put some gas money in my functioning conservative vehicle. Put some gas money in my functioning conservative or functioning Christian vehicle. How about you help me take the things that we've created that's functioning conservatism, producing something tangible? How about you help it go around the country into places that your Rush Limbaughs and Sean Hannitys and George Wills have not even went into? How about try that before you compromise your principles because you're trapped in the voting? They'll get the picture when you don't vote for them. They'll get the picture when your money dries them up. They'll get the picture when you go rise up something grassroots. I'm not asking you to buy the vehicle. I've already done it. Thanks to the Holy Spirit and the Lord and me functioning the way that he blessed me to function, the vehicle exists. I'm just asking for some gas money. It doesn't mean the vehicle's not going to go. I'm going to do it. It's going now. With the help of 2 or 3 patriots, Facebook friends, show what we can do. Without the government's permission, without the government's help. They'll get that picture and it'll be better for us with our principles and our values. We don't have to compromise anymore, people. But we can no longer kick this voting can down the road. Stop being trapped into voting. Oh, I must vote. I gotta vote. No, you don't. A no vote. Look at the founding fathers. There's a reason why they put a no vote in there. The only way to rise up a third party is stop voting for the 2. Give something for the third party to advocate to exist. See, if you have functioning conservatism going, right? And then you create a party around making sure that that thing will be able to function in a wayward American's life, then now we can collectively say, put this person in office away from Democrats and Republicans, put this person in office because what they're going to do is make sure we have the ability to keep doing what we're doing for each other and stopping the other people that's going to stop us by regulations and things to where we can't do for each other. See, that's your viable third party, not somebody jumping off of GOP because they're popular and jumping over here because they bring in the same foolishness they had with them. No, rise up something new. Rise up something new. And then make sure that the politician will go in there and protect that. What we the people are doing. Not them the government. Don't put your principles no longer on the sideline to vote for a Democrat. Vote for a liberal. Tailor-made, marketed, this and that and the third, but more so an emotional ticked off at the GOP. Dry the GOP up by taking the GOP out of your vocabulary. Replace GOP with functioning conservatism. And stand on the values of conservatism and go function those things and produce something tangible other than a talking point. And watch how you win your community over. Watch how you win one of these enslaved, wayward liberal voters over to conservatism. Function something other than bumping your gums. Hey, that's my response to this thing, man. I hope you guys understand. Jim, you're allowed to have your opinion, bruh. I appreciate it. I just don't think that's the right-headed way to go. Saving 2020 is, first of all, waking up now in 2018 and realize that we are going to have to fight. If you don't want to fight, I can understand that better than you sacrificing a principle and asking your fellow Americans, conservatives, to do the same thing and vote for the people that you know want to destroy you the first chance they get. You cannot give them a mandate so you can make a point to the geopunks. Don't give them a mandate. Just dry up the GOP well. Dry up the money. Dry up the votes. Hold on to your principles. And we, the people, can dry up abortion. See, I'll show you how we can dry up the abortion. Function Christianity, love and all those things, forgiveness, all those. Function conservatism, economic development, all those things, function those things. And then encourage a young person through their dreams. Tell them something about their dreams. Encourage them about their dreams. Show them that producing a baby does not help you accomplish your dreams. Doing the kind of things, the nappy dugout and the bump and the uglies, doing those kind of things produces babies. So now doing the little nasty with this liberal promoted music has you doing things that has you produce a baby. That baby hampers your dreams. Functionness in their life, show them keep their legs closed. Share abstinence because it leads to them accomplishing their dreams. Then there's no baby to be aborted. Is that difficult? There's no baby to be aborted if we can show them the advantage of not doing things that it takes to make babies. Produce something tangible as proof of what we're sharing with them. But it starts with making sure we speak to their dreams. That's where it starts. Don't need a politician's permission to do that. Book costs far less than it is to give some money to a politician to go to the swamp and get swampatized. And you don't have to vote for a Democrat. Functioning conservatism. Minimize pregnant people that's going, oh my God, I had a dream, but my belly's sticking out. Oh, I got to go to the club, but my belly's sticking out. Oh, I really wanted to be a basketball player, but my belly's sticking out. Let's minimize belly sticking out by encouraging dreams. And then now, there's nobody for the Planned Parenthood to cut out. There's no baby to cut out. Roe v. Wade can still be there. It's going to be there anyway. It's been there for the last 50 years. Your maxed out contribution didn't stop it because God is trying to show you that that's not the way to stop it. What about your contribution to something functioning Christian? Love, forgiveness, faith. What about your contribution to something functioning conservative? Phil Williams, Little Jimmy, Jacob's Ladder, Jiki Cool, all those kind of things. See, that's how this thing works, people. And I didn't have to vote for a Democrat to compromise who I really am. I don't have to vote for an evil to try to get rid of an evil. You already told me that I had to vote for a lesser evil when your inability to deal with the evil that you do know scared the pants out of you. Now you understand what this evil is, and now you're going to go to the same Democrats that produce both of them to get rid of it, to make a point to the GOP? Don't fund the GOP. Fund me. Fund my business partner, Pat Baisden. I'm going to put a post in here. There's a veteran, my business partner, retired Master Sergeant, Pat Baisden. She's trying to help, functioning conservative help, functioning Christianity help. A veteran and his children that need some help. I'm going to put that link in here. I want to see if you guys, all she's asking for is $10. That's all. I'm going to see if you guys can help her do that and produce something tangible. Or you're going to hold on to the $10 and then go use it to vote for a Democrat. See, there's a lot of things functioning out here, people, but you're trapped in the voting. And so you can't see it. I hope that I open some eyes today. I'm not concerned about people disagreeing with me. Come on, that's the American way. I welcome it. Matter of fact, my pastor, Jimmy A. Copeland, preached this the other day. Be leery when all people speak well of you. But you guys have used social media that all you want is people to speak well. Regurgitate your points. No, that's not American, people. That's liberal. And that's what's destroying America. Hey, if you like to support the things I'm doing, you know where to go. LilJimmyDJPoz.jimdo.com. LILJIMMY DJPOZ. .jimdo. JIMDO. Jim doing something. .com. LilJimmyDJPoz.jimdo.com. If you like to mail a check or money order, make it out to Philip Williams, or you can make it out to Mustard Seed Faith. That's my church. I'd like to make a donation and mail it to P.O. Box 3331, Decatur, Georgia, 30031. Make it out to Philip Williams, or you can make it out to Mustard Seed Faith. You can donate through our portal on the website, through our men's organization, Men on Point. But more so, we got to function this thing, people. That's what's going to save our country. Stop being trapped in the voting. And definitely voting for a Democrat won't work. They're going to win on their own because we lost a long time ago. Only thing I'm trying to tell you is don't give them a mandate. 98-10, 90-10, 98-2. You just don't understand what you're creating then. Hey. Love you guys. Thank you for listening to me twice today. Again, support my man Phil Fishman. I'm going to put a link in here for Patricia Bazin, Master Sergeant, retired Patricia Bazin. Help support her cause. Please support it. I'm going to put that in the comment line and you'll see it posted on my page. Just remember this, people. I love you dearly. I thank you for all the people that agree and disagree. That's American. Stand for something or fall for anything. And George Will just gave you another thing to fall for. Voting for a Democrat? Come on, man. Have you ever thought in a million years, you as a conservative, would vote for the people that's trying to kill everything we stand for? To make a point? Once people expose that they don't stand for anything anymore? What do you stand for? What are you working together with your neighbor? I'm asking to be your neighbor. What are you doing to help support and work with me? I'm doing something. I'm in a 67,000 square foot building. Partner with an organization that's feeding over 5,000 families a month. Taking at-risk children and sharing with them conservative and Christian principles and show them how it works and produces. I do it every day. And I talk with you guys and love you to death. I'm a part of a ministry that reaches out and fosters and adopts foster children and share with them the love of Christ, adopting them into a family that they weren't born into, just like Christ did us. That's what we do at Mustard Seed. I'm the youth pastor, and 90% of my youth are foster children. More so, now adopted children. Come on, I'm telling you, man, how can you be blessed more than that? The vehicle's already built. All I'm asking for is gas money. Hey, we may have come here on two separate ships, but we're all in the same boat now. And it takes both the black and white keys on the piano to play the Star Spangled Banner. So peace, love, together, forever. Don't worry, be happy. And feel that energy. And remember, what you are is God's gift to you. What you do with yourself is your gift to God. Only one life will be passed, but only what's done while you're here will last. We were blessed before we had color. So engage your mind and answer one question. Are you willing to sideline your principles, your morals and values, because you're trapped in the voting, when all you have to do is say no, and it'll dry up? Hey, I love you guys. Thank you again for listening. Please support some of our things. Mustard Seed Faith, Men on Point, Patricia Bazin, but more so, it can all come through this portal. I'll put some links up. Please support it. Love you guys. God bless.